Hey guys, this is my first. Hey guys, all right, guys, this is my first video after a very long time. And this short video is about one of my life's powerful philosophies that has helped me in good times, bad times, both. And I know that just like me, you must have felt overwhelmed, anxious, you know, not sure about what to do in life, or even if you have set some goals for yourself after months or years, you are in a position where you are saying, Jesus, I haven't reached any of my goals, or I'm nowhere near the goals that I've set for myself. And it's okay. Everyone feels stuck at some point. No one has figured everything out. And this is why I wanted to share this 5 word principle that could change your life forever. And I'm not saying this lightly because I have experienced this in my own life. I was stuck in a very dead end corporate job for about 10 years, and I didn't know what to do with my life. But way back in 2018, when I finally realized that I'm not meant for corporate, you know, job or office, I had to do something about it. And one of the things that I always dreamed about was working from anywhere I want without having a boss telling me what to do. So I just wanted to get my time back and work on my own schedule. And this is something that I've been doing for the last 6 years now. And it feels really gratifying to to see those things that I'm actually doing. Now it feels totally normal to me. Uh, if you had asked me the same thing about 7 or 8 years ago, I would have laughed at you because I had no clue as to what I would do with my life. And during that transition, when I decided to leave my job and do something with my life, something really valuable, I think I was unconsciously following this principle, the 5 most powerful word I believe I have ever experienced to turn my life around. So maybe I was not that intelligent or had the wisdom to say in a way that would allow anyone to understand the meaning. But after doing this for the last 6 years, I think one thing is pretty clear that I had been following this. Instead, in fact, I'm still following this for the last 6 years. Because when you leave a certain job that you never loved, and you're put in a position when things are totally unknown, but you have decided not to give up, something happen inside your mind, something triggers in your body, in your behavior, in your attitude. So even when you do not know anything about the next step, you still do it. You know why you do that? Because you unconsciously follow this 5 word principle I'm about to share next. And I'm pretty much sure that you have guessed it by now. Because if you are in life where you are content, happy, and at least reasonably satisfied with the things going in your life, then I think you're just like me and following this 5 word principle. And this 5 word principle is one day at a time. It might sound easy, but think about this. Whenever in those dark moments, when you knew that things are not going anywhere, I do not know what to do with my life, maybe this is not something for me. Jesus, I should have listened to my dad. I should have listened to my brother. I should have listened to this or that. But eventually you listen to yourself and then decided to take that unknown path. And maybe you have spent months or even years on that new uncertain path. Now compare your life with today's life, with the one that you lived before when you were sure about the things that you were doing but didn't feel like doing it. I'm sure this philosophy of one day at a time would have helped you. Whether you consciously or unconsciously realized, it doesn't matter. What matters is you have not given up. So if you had any sort of dream that you decided to finally pursue, and even if you have not achieved that goal so far, but you're still on that path, this one day at a time principle is helping you. So it's completely okay if right now you're watching this video and you do not know, you know, what will happen after 1 month if I continue on this path. It doesn't matter. As long as your heart is telling you the right thing to do, your intuition is with you, then you can stop the chattering this monkey mind has, because we all have a tendency to, you know, ignore our gut feeling, the intuition, and start listening to our logical mind. Logical mind is, very helpful to make the balance between, emotion and logic. But when it comes to making the most important decisions of your life, sometimes it's okay to act like a fool, to be a complete moron or an idiot in the eyes of others, because eventually they'll realize after 5 or 10 years down the line that you are the absolute genius who had the courage to, do something unique, something that you never compromised on, and you finally did it. So how you did it, or how does anyone do it, like accomplish major goals, very big audacious goals? They all follow this principle, whether they realize it or not, and that is one day at a time. So if you are pursuing something meaningful in your life and you are feeling stuck, anxious, overwhelmed, I just want you to know that it's completely okay. It's as normal. If you're not feeling all those things, then it would be highly abnormal, and I would have doubted whether you are a human being or not. But since you're feeling it, or you have felt it before, I'm sure that you'll feel in the future as well. And we have to, learn to appreciate the emotions that we go through when we have all these doubts and uncertainties come in our life from time to time. It's okay, but we don't have to give too much attention or respect to these, highly dominant feelings. Otherwise, it's very easy to get, bogged down and just give up what you're doing. So if your heart, your intuition, your gut feeling is telling that what you are doing right now is something that is worth doing it, then do it one day at a time without bothering about what others are thinking or saying to you. It doesn't matter what they're saying. What matters is what you are telling yourself every day, right? Maybe you're not meant to give up, but sometimes the society makes you feel that you should give up. You should not. You know that. So one day at a time. Whenever you feel like giving up, one day at a time. Whenever you feel that, I should listen to the crowd, one day at a time. Because your gut is rarely wrong. Every time you ignore your inner intuition and listen to the majority, your life will suffer. And I'm telling this from my own experience. I had been, dead stuck in job for 10 years because I listened to others. So even when I was following this principle of one day at a time, I was stuck doing something that I didn't, truly enjoy. So I believe this principle of one day at a time is 5 times more powerful if you complement it with your gut feeling, your intuition. Because when you combine these two things, then no matter how ambitious or far fetched your goal is, you're eventually going to achieve it. It's just a matter of time. So any setback, any frustration, any bad day would be just like a learning lesson for you, because eventually at the end of the day, when you go to bed, you will realize that, okay, this is the lesson that I've learned today. And I'm going to use this to make my tomorrow better. And believe it or not, when you are on this journey of your dream and you're consciously following this one day at a time principle with your intuition, your gut feeling, sometimes you may not realize that you've already achieved your goal and all you're doing is trying to double down on it so that you 2x the results, 3x the results, and that's okay. Just enjoy this process and never allow any small nagging fearful voices to stop you down. So that's something that I wanted to share with you. I hope that you found this video useful. If you have anything to suggest or any feedback that you want to give, you're welcome to do that. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I look forward, to seeing you in our next video very soon, hopefully. All right.